Hello everybody, my name is Killah, and today we're gonna check out Dev Workshop weapons, master ranks, and stats fast as possible. So here we go. And first we're gonna go through all the primary rifles. So let's start with Breton. Breton got a buff, Letron got a buff, Hind got a buff, Burston got a buff, Carrack got a buff, Boltor got a buff, Tetra got a buff, Gargan got a buff, Udera got a buff, Tetra got a very nice buff right there. Sibar's got a straight up buff even though it doesn't need it. Soma 2 got a damage increase even though it doesn't need it. Breton Vandal got a very nice buff, while Hema got a straight up buff and no longer requires or consumes rifle ammo. That's pretty neat. Attica got a buff and a nerf. Doesn't really change anything, I don't think, if you use a crit build. Stradava got a very good buff. Carrack Weight got a buff. Breton Prime got a buff. Their Vandal, you can maybe make it a 100% status weapon now, I think, maybe. Harpak got a very nice buff. Krinla got a very good buff. Gargan Ray got a buff. Krakada got a very small buff. Paracris got a buff even though it's an incredibly strong weapon. Latron Ray got a damage increase but critical chance was decreased, so I don't think that changes that much. And Soma Prime got Master rank increased from 6 to 7, Dex is from 0 to 7, Panthera got a buff, Baza got a buff even though it doesn't need it, Tenora got a buff, Basla got a buff, Burston Prime got a pretty huge buff if I may say so myself. Status chance increased from 15 to 30, so I think you can make it to 100% status weapon now, and a okay crit weapon too. Tiberon got a very huge buff too. Prisma Gargan got a very big crit chance buff. Prisma Krakara got a very small buff. Latron Ray got a very small buff. Telespolto got a very big critical chance buff, but also damage got decreased, so Quark Attack Master rank increased from 9 to 10. I have no idea why they buffed this weapon, Senate, even though it's still a very strong weapon. Supra got buffed a lot. Now you can actually make a very good builds out of it. Juke Master rank increased from 0 to 10. Bolter Prime got a very good buff. Supra Vandal got a very good buff. Opticor Master rank increased from 6 to 14. Ferox got a very small buff. Now let's go through all the shotguns. First we have Dracoon, which got a buff in my opinion. Comb got a very small buff. Decrease got a very small buff. Sobek status chance increase from 15 to 26, which is very nice. Astilla master rank increase from 7 to 10. Stun rate got a buff. Sanctity decrease got a very small buff. Boar Prime got a very small buff, and master rank increase from 2 to 12. Arca Plasmor mag size increase from 6 to 10. Now let's go through the launchers. Torrid is our first one that just got a straight up buff. Tonker got a buff, Scourge got a buff, Okris increased charge speed from 0.8 to 0.3 seconds. So I don't think you don't need Vial anymore, and you can change that mod to something else. Shar got a buff, Yevlok got a buff, and Sakura Penta got a buff too. Now let's go through all the secondaries. Seer got a very small buff, Kraken got a very small buff, Kunai got a buff, Hiko got a buff, Leto got a buff, Akleto got a buff, Tikarus got a buff, but also a nerf, so I don't think that changes anything. Furis got a buff, Castanas got a buff, Viper got a very small buff, Twin Kremlins got a buff, Vasto got a buff, Despair got a buff, Kestra got a very good buff, Michael Prime got a nice status chance increase, Twin Vipers got a very small buff, Viper Raid got a very small buff, Akshani got a very nice buff, Angstrom got a buff, Afuris got a buff but also a nerf, so I don't think that changes anything. Asima got a buff, Coolstar got a very good buff, Spira got a very good buff, Axileto got a buff, that's pretty neat. Dual Kestra got a buff, Tysis got a buff, Axamari got a buff, Pox got a buff, Panther crit chance decreased from 30 to 26, what the fuck. Akvasto got a buff, Twin Viper's Raid got a buff, Leto Vandal got a buff. Stupa got a very small buff. Merlot master rank increased from 5 to 7. Lex Prime master rank increased from 5 to 8. Fusilai got a straight up fucking nerf. Ak Yagara got a buff. Twin Krakadas master rank increased from 0 to 9. Talons got a buff. Prisma Angstrom got a buff. Magnus got a buff. Sakura Dual Kestra got a very nice buff. Ak Magnus got a buff, but also a nerf, so I don't think that changes anything really. Spira Prime got a buff. Dual Toxicist got a status chance increase even though it doesn't need it. Besto Prime got a very small buff. Talos Ak Boldo got a pretty nice status chance increase. Vega Merlock master rank increased from 5 to 10. Axileto Prime master rank increased from 5 to 10. Dex Furis got a buff. Sakti master rank increased from 6 to 10. Castanas got a very nice status chance buff. Little Prime got a buff. Sigarus Prime master rank increased from 4 to 14. Aklex Prime master rank increased from 8 to 15. Ballistica Prime master rank increased from 7 to 14. Now let's go through all the shotgun secondaries. Pranko got a buff. Ak Pranko got a buff. Detron got a very high status chance increase there. Prak got a buff. Pranko Prime got a buff. Twin Roga got a very high status chance increase. Mar Detron got a very high status chance increase there too. Ak Pranko got a buff too. Snipers. Snipertron got a buff. Vectis master rank decreased from 3 to 2. Full car master rank increased from 0 to 3. Rubico got a critical chance increase. Snipertron Vandal got a buff. Volcar Raid got a damage increase for some stupid fucking reason. Alanka quick shot damage increase. Vectis Prime damage increase and critical chance increase for some reason. And now finally let's go through all the bows. Ferris got a buff. Thread got a buff. Kernos got a buff. Metallis Kernos got a buff. Ferris Prime, charged shot damage increase. Daiku got critical chance increase, which is nice, but the damage got lowered. Decreased, so meh. And Kernos Prime got a very nice buff. Status chance increase from 10 to 30, which is very nice. And that was all the weapons. So thanks for watching this very long and boring video. See you in the next one. Ta-ta!